What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Like always, like and subscribe, comment down below, hit the notification bell. Today I finished up Metal Spies, Book 1 in the Shadowfast trilogy by Cole Chase. Before we get into the rating and all that, what I will say is he's put in this original trilogy because he had problems with these original covers. He's putting the original trilogy into one book. Pretty sure he told me that's how it was always supposed to be. He's putting them all into one book. I really like that cover, and I'll probably wait to read book 2 and 3 at the same time when that paperback comes out, and I'll get them all together in the singular version. Anyways, we have Metal Spies here. This cover art was done by David Behrens, and the book was written in 2023, like I said, by Cole Chase. And we'll go ahead and read the back before we get to the rating and all that. Quinn Richards feels trapped in a world he didn't create. Sure, he lives in the fabulous mansion he inherited, but it demands endless upkeep. Even when he masterminds clever cons with his metal band and heist crew, Shadowfast, he remains broke and dissatisfied. What's his problem? When a mysterious client hires Shadowfast to steal data, Quinn conceives a flashy heist so he can play in the big leagues. Instead, he gets played by the big leagues. His mysterious client leads a secret cabal of bend-the-rules politicians who pull covert levers of power to blackmail Quinn into serving them. They have intel showing that notorious tech billionaire Brody Bach plans an attack on the U.S. If Quinn doesn't uncover what the attack is and when, he and his team face prison for life. Quinn, smoldering at being controlled, plots how to break free with a tidy profit, but it's hard to find time for vengeance when an international whirlpool of intrigue, deception, cover-ups, and assassination drags him and his quirky team in over their heads. As a technological threat draws the United States ever closer to Stone Age 2.0, the fate of the nation depends upon creative conman and his heavy metal band. In choosing his path, Quinn will learn whether he can succeed as a scoundrel or maybe his problem is that he's a good man. First off, before we get to that rating, I will say this thing, the synopsis on the back needed to be 2 paragraphs shorter. That was way too much, and he gave away too much of the book. And this book was really good. Now, it's in the thriller genre, but it felt way more action and high paced to me than thriller at all, which doesn't take away anything. It was great. It was a great action book, and I freaking loved it. I'm floating somewhere between an 8 and a 9 with this one. I think I'm going to give it 9 only because chapter 18 was really cool and like hit me in like the nostalgic feelings when I was in a band and the way he writes it. I was going to read the whole chapter to you, but I'm too lazy. But anyways, in this scene, they've got this new like vocalist. She's joining their little crew, their band and all that. And they're basically, the audience is growing restless. A bunch of things are happening. I'm not going to give all that away. And they're starting to... She starts humming and gets the audience's attention. And your main character is like feeling goosebumps and stuff. And he's like, but she's just humming. And they're picking up. Finally, his band, it picks up with her. And they start getting into it. And boom, they blast into the song, which they're playing Burn by Deep Purple, which I literally just jammed that album a few days prior before picking this book up. Now, at the end of the chapter, he does say, he congratulates himself while they're jamming, and he's like, we are so effing metal. Now, like, unless they're doing Deep Purple's Bird in, like, some kind of death metal form cover of the song, I wouldn't call it metal, per se, hard rock, but that's just me being nitpicky. It doesn't take away from the book. He did a phenomenal job. And I went into the book skeptical because I am not... too much into the cliche good guy beats up bad guy books, but this was a group of good guys, and it was they had the metal band, which I vibed with. The book wasn't overcomplicated with technical lingo and just like advanced, almost the brink of nonfiction type writing. It was a smooth read. The synopsis on the back is more complicated than the contents within. I think he did a phenomenal job writing a fast-paced, like 200-page. Just you could pick this up and get it done in one sitting. It was good. He did a great job. Just it was pedal to the metal, no pun intended. It was balls to the wall, and I enjoyed every second. And I do like this cover. as well, with the guitar on your protagonist's back. I do like that cover quite a bit, but his new cover I like a whole lot more. It fits the genre a lot better. And I'm thinking the next two books, the way this one ends, we're going to go into that thriller espionage type storyline a lot more than we went in with this one. This one was a lot more action. One of the ending scenes is a pseudo car chase type deal going on. And yeah, it was, like I said, 9 out of 10. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It was a short book, so not much to talk about in the review, but it was definitely he did a great job. I enjoyed it, and I look forward to reading books 2 and 3 whenever that paperback releases. I am gonna wait. I will retain this one for a while, just because the nostalgic factors that were played throughout it with your main people being in a metal band and doing all this stuff. And you know, I've been there, done that with the metal band, and toured a little, you know, did some like minor league touring is what I call it. It was fun until it wasn't. But so that this book really gave me that, you know, I think even my wife would enjoy this book, and she's worse nitpicky than I am. But yeah, it was good. It was simple, fast-paced writing, which when an author could do that, I'm immediately hooked in. So I look forward to the next book. So next up on the TBR though is my wife and mine are together booked this month, and right now we're reading Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. I think like the first 6 or 7 are by David Michaels, and then another author finishes off the series with the last 2 or 3 books. And we're gonna read all these together, and I'm pretty excited to get to this one. She said it was awesome, and I'm like, if you like that, you definitely got to read a real Tom Clancy book. You'll probably have a good time. I suck at the video games, so I'm gonna read the books. And then when we finish the books, there's the Netflix series for Splinter Cell that's out that follows up the games, which follows up, you know, which the books are based on the games, I believe. I also seen there's Ghost Recon novelizations and stuff, so pretty excited to get to that. But we got Metal Spies here by Cole Chase, book 1 of the Shadowfast thriller trilogy. It might be a full-out series, but he sent me the trilogy, which we'll take a look at those since it'll be the last time we see him on camera, because I'm gonna get the when he re-releases it, I'm gonna get that other paperback. So here we have one of the other of your other main characters in Metal Lies. That's book 2, and that one, this one doesn't even hit 200 pages. It's even shorter at 186. And then his third book in the original trilogy, Metal Rise. Probably, I really like that cover layout better than the other two, to be honest. Even though the first one has the guitar, this one just looks so much more like thriller-esque. And this one hits 169 pages. So short books together, they still make a pretty readable and fast-paced single book, I guess you would say. So I'm excited to get to them, and I'll be glad to have these in the collection on the shelf, you know, because I enjoyed the book that much. It was a fun time. I had a great time. So that's the video today, guys. Shadowfast Thriller Book 1 Metal Spies by Cole Chase, 9 out of 10. I had a great time. Later.